Hello, welcome back to my channel. Nice to see you again. If you guys didn't know, I just posted my first real video of the year. And if you guys are not subscribed, welcome to my channel. My name is Iana Michelle and I post lifestyle videos and also commentary videos, kind of whatever I like right now. Earlier this week, I posted a video about why I hate my short hair. And although that is still true, I've decided that in the spirit of love, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, that I would just bestow my knowledge on all of you guys who are really struggling in your relationships. And I just thought I'd be your therapist for the day, and I'll just be your relationship therapist because that is my specialty. So I went through the Am I the Asshole thread on Reddit, and I picked out all the ones that are related to relationships in the spirit of love. So here we go. I also want to point out two qualifications that I have for making this video. First, and secondly, I do have a degree in human communications. And I would just like to say that with this degree, I am obviously the expert on all things communications, especially relationships, as my specialty was interpersonal relationships. Wow. So obviously this qualifies me better than everyone else to give advice. So, am I the asshole for getting frustrated that my husband keeps calling me racist? My husband, 35, is not white, and I, 34 am. When we first started dating about 6 years ago, my family and friends said some racist things. Not don't date him because he's inferior, but they did do some shitty racializing things, like talking about other people of his same background they've known, or making jokes about religions they assume he is a part of based on his skin color, or using an accent to make a joke. I admit I didn't call the more benign behaviors out and just ignored them, or tried to steer the conversation, or tried to jokingly indicate that those things shouldn't be said. Or a few times I said something to the person later. A close friend of mine was someone who said racializing is not a word. Just say racist. Let's just read more. Here's where I might be the asshole. I'm sick of hearing about it all the time. This morning, my husband called me out of the blue to explain to me how the thing he liked about the movie Get Out was how it demonstrates how white liberals tend to be racist by viewing racialized people as racialized and not as people. Stop saying racialized people as only racialized people and not that. Stop using that word. He went on to say this about what was wrong with how a friend of mine treated him 6 years ago. We have had conversations about this many times. I agree with him that racializing people that way is wrong and that I had a poor understanding of that back then. He continued criticizing my behavior 6 years ago and how I had a hissy fit when he called me out then. So far, I do want to say this, that being in a interracial relationship is always going to have issues like this, especially if one of the individuals is white and one is not. I said that I didn't think I had a hissy fit, and then he got angry at me that I was detracting from his point and making it about the phrase hissy fit. The thing is, he brings up these handful of events a lot, often when we're arguing about something completely unrelated. I'm tired of being constantly called out for things that happened years ago, and even though I didn't handle them in an ideal manner, I didn't even do these things myself and have apologized for the role I had. He's now said he's going to make sure when he's older that our son, 4, knows about how my family treated my husband when we first started dating. Good. Your son should know, because half of your son's family is racist and does racist things. Your son deserves to know how his father is treated, which he said in an angry tone like it was a threat. I definitely think my husband should share how he's been racialized. You mean how he's experienced racism from your family? It's not even a threat. To say that I'm going to tell our son when he's older about how your family treated me is not a threat. That's just him saying, I'm gonna tell you what happened, what I went through. How is that a threat? It's really not a threat. You're just painting it as a threat. That itself is racist. I'm just gonna call it. Whenever you refer to people of color, especially Black people, framing them with these violent words such as angry, threats, violent, aggressive, that's always racist. But I take issue with him framing it as a threat against me and my family. Am I the asshole for thinking at some point my husband needs to stop bringing up these things that happened years ago, even though he's still a racialized person who experiences racialization? Absolutely, because you still can't say the word racist. You literally wrote this post using the word racialized more than 5 times, and you think that you have any grounds for being frustrated. Here's my explanation for this one. First of all, aside from the fact that this person's obviously too scared to say the word racist and also the word black, I think in general that the wife doesn't understand the gravity of what's happening. And I don't want to say that she's brushing it off, but she's so hung up on the fact that this all happened 6 years ago. I think that victimizing yourself is the very wrong thing to do here. And considering that you were dating this person for this long and that's been your response to whenever racist things have been said about your husband, especially from your family, there's a reason why they feel comfortable saying that in front of you. And that is that on that. And with my degree, I deem this as you are the asshole. Fine. Am I the asshole for screaming at my best friend's boyfriend? Happened today, still catching flack. My partner and I have this friend Lisa. We met at a ballroom and she's good people. She met this guy, we call him Ted, last year, a few months before the pandemic, and hit it off. I remember being really happy for her because she was pretty lonely and had been looking to date for a while. She seemed really happy with him and he seemed pretty nice, or so I thought. A small bit of context. They decided to get 2 puppies. I forgot the other breed, but the one about this story is about a mini Aussie English mix named Belle. Anyways, I got a phone call today around 4ish from her and she's in tears. She starts telling me about how Ted is taking Belle to the pound. She goes on about how they're having a fight about the puppies and how active they are and how stressful it is to take care of them. Apparently it's causing him too much anxiety, so he's going to get rid of his puppy. Lisa isn't having any of it and offers to buy her from him. What the heck? I'm so confused because the context is they decided to get 2 puppies, being both of them. Oh my god, this guy Ted's really on this power trip. My butt is already in the car and en route. I arrive and she's outside with the puppy, her face red from crying, sitting on the curb. She gives me a hug and starts crying again, all while holding the clearly excited to be outside Belle. I don't know where this dog is from, but I got my dog from the county shelter, like so a kill shelter. And I know that if I ever brought him there again, he'd get really nervous because obviously no dog wants to end up there. If you've never walked through an animal shelter, which I'd be really surprised, please do. And I guarantee you, like all of those dogs, and you think In the Arm of the Angels is sad? Try walking through a county animal shelter where they literally are kill shelters. Especially walking through the cat section, stop. Ted comes outside, sees us, and goes, "Yeah, please take her. I'm done. She's all yours." Now here's where I might be TA. Up until this point, I was mad, disgusted, and pretty salty someone would do this to a puppy. Up until this point, I was committed to just taking Belle, and if it turns out to be part of the family, then I'll be at PetSmart looking for doggy bed. The moment a skinny Seattleite looking man-child said that, I blew an internal mental gasket. I parted from Lisa, walked over to Ted, and just started yelling. I am an inch from his face, explaining like a Navy RDC about how much of a POS he is for doing this to a puppy. Honestly, yes, please say that because it needs to be said, and we all know Lisa wasn't gonna say anything. Ted goes from annoyed about owning a puppy to I'm being yelled at by my dad looking at the ground. I'm standing over him looking like a Viking at 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing about 230 pounds. I'll admit, he was probably really scared. Anyways, I yelled until my Navy wit ran out of gas, turned around to take Belle home, and told Lisa to call me. Lisa said that I could have not done the yelling, and my partner agreed with her, but I don't know, am I the asshole here? No. And it's so crazy because this thread says that this person's an asshole. I feel like they got this because what they did was out of context is an asshole thing to do, but no, F that. I don't think you're an asshole at all. I think that's perfectly justified. I think that Ted is obviously the actual asshole in this story because some people really just get by in life without anyone saying anything, and Ted is one of those people. I'm a pet owner. I've had 3 pets so far, and I just get really annoyed whenever I see pet owners not properly taking care of their pets because pets just want attention, love, and a stable home. All they do is literally love you. So why are you giving out all of this negative energy to them? No, you're not the asshole. In my opinion, I disagree with the thread. You are not the asshole. Ted is the asshole. Okay, and that was our last Reddit post. So my dog is getting really clingy right now, which means that I have to stop filming because he wants attention. Yeah, obviously I'm really happy to accept this job, this position as a therapist. I feel like my degree was put into good use. I just want to thank all of my viewers for allowing this to happen. I honestly was getting really worried because I've been having to dust this thing off for quite some time. Thank you all for bestowing this responsibility on me because I feel like I really handled it well. I hope you're not going through the turmoil that all these other couples are going through. I honestly can't complain. I obviously am perfect. Archie, the spotlight isn't on you. It's on my degree. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, please hit that subscribe button. I know that my last video, I didn't really have an intro. As a matter of fact, speaking of my outro, I thought of the perfect one. My new outro is gonna be